Nick, it's a defeat, but the performance in the minutes is the most important thing, isn't it?
No, it was massive because, it's been 5-week gap, and then we went straight into the last week's cup tie against Wales, looking after, like I say, 5 weeks, we were stale in that. We got the result, but it was one of those performances, both teams as well. But we've done around, but this is what was needed, a high intensity game against a really, really good opposition to come in here and really test us. And we give everyone a game. I sort of say, was it 7 or 8 changes from the first half to the second half? But it was massive. You can't take into a defeat. We're looking at the individual ways of players, preparation, and the preparation for next week. Next week's another massive game here against Tavistock, so it's good preparation for that. That's what you've got to look at.
And there was some new faces as well. Any in particular stood out? Or?
Yeah. Obviously, Charlie Johansson coming in, he was outstanding up there, and he's one of these players that can play anyway. We stuck him in up top on the first half, and he done incredibly well. He was the cause of a lot of good work. At the top, creating, pushing forward, and he was instrumental in the goal. When we equalised, which was massive. But he done well, and obviously Nick Milton coming in at the back as well. We were a lot more organised. He was talking, and he was organising back there. And it's we're looking good. We're getting people in, and we're going the right way. And like I say, it was a good test for the boys today, and it was really good.
And we played a new system as well, the 3 at the back as well.
3 at the back. We have done that before, but we've got three systems that we use. But we went 3 at the back today. It works. We understand it, but we just need to work on it a little bit more sometimes. But when you can play a system like that against a squad that we played against today, and we were compact, it was a bit dodgy in the first 5-10 minutes. They were getting used to each other, used to how to play. But then when it clicked, it really did click, and we looked really good in that system, and bodes well for the future, because any kind of game that you can go into through the season and you can change systems, then it's always good.
And it's a different kind of game next week, isn't it? Either Tavistock or Cheddar. What do you take from today?
Obviously, yeah, we're looking, Cheddar, Tavistock, whichever team it is. But Tavistock, we've played them twice this season already. We know it's going to be a challenge, but we are improving, and we're improving on the pitch. We're improving individually, and we're improving collectively, and so we fear nobody, and whoever is drawn, whether it's Tavistock or Cheddar, I think we'll be ready for them.
Thank you, Nick. See you next week.
Pleasure.
Danny, Paul, defeat today, but the performance in the minutes is the most important thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. We managed to get good minutes into everyone, which was a priority today. Up against a good team, so we knew we'd be back against the wall for large periods, but I thought the lads did really well, to be honest. First and second half, we had some good periods in the game where we caused them 1 or 2 problems, so it was a real worthwhile exercise today.
Yeah, perfect. Without having played for a month, first game back last week, we looked rusty, we looked a bit, not quite match fit, so today was all about playing a team from a high level that would stretch us and make us work hard off the ball, and they did that. But we had moments in the game where we were brave and we got on the ball and made things happen, and just a really good exercise and worthwhile today.
And there were plenty of new faces as well today. Is there any particular that stood out?
I thought Charlie did really well coming in for his first game. Looked really lively up top. Nick came in, centre middle of the back 3, and gives us he's a senior player and gives us a surety kind of back there. And I thought Craig did really well as well, to be honest with you. He's another player's got lots of experience, lots of talent. Those 3 lads did really well today.
It's gone a lot of numbers today. We had two different 11s, apart from Callum and Fraser, who played both halves. Lots of numbers, lots of competition for places, which is exactly what we want. But lads know that when they play, they've got to take their chance, because it's ultimately they're playing for the places, a lot of them. So it's good. It's good competition.
Does this give you both a bit of a selection headache going into the Vars next week?
Yeah, it definitely does. There'll be lots of conversations had this week. But no, you'd rather that than the other way around. Most of the lads put their hands up today, and I'm sure some will be disappointed not to be selected next week. But that's a tough part of what we do, is, you know, trying to manage people's expectations and you know, doing our best for the team. But we've said the whole way along that absolutely everyone in the squad has contributed, and they will continue to contribute. So we'll need everyone going forward. So.
Yeah, it's a difficult balance because unfortunately it's football that only 11 players can get selected, and trying to keep 18 players happy is a tough ask, and we're probably not going to be able to do that going forward. But at the moment, everyone's willing to fight for their place, and you know that's our job, and it's a nice problem to have. I'd rather be that than searching around for free players to sit on the bench every week.
And obviously next week it's either Tavistock or Cheddar. What can you take into today, going into either one of those two teams?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We don't know yet who we're going to be playing. People assume that Tavistock will win. They'll go into that game as favourites. We've played them twice, so we know what to expect.
Nice to be at home though.
Yeah.
Nice to be at home, and I think after the last league game, if it is Tavistock, we've got things to put right from that league game. So we're looking forward to it. It'll be nice to get a good crowd up here and give our all. And I think today's exercise was great because Tavistock moved the ball well. They're a good side, and Tiverton obviously 2 leagues above us. It was a good exercise today for us.
Thank you guys. See you next week.
Cheers.